Afghanistan and Pakistan share more than just a border. They share history, culture, bloodlines, and decades of political tension. Since the creation of Pakistan in 1947, relations between the two neighbors have been shaped by both cooperation and conflict. At the center of their early disagreement was the Durand Line, a 2,600-kilometer border drawn during British rule. Pakistan recognizes it as an international boundary, while many in Afghanistan have historically questioned its legitimacy. This disagreement planted the seeds of mistrust that would influence relations for decades. The relationship became even more complicated in 1979 when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. Millions of Afghan refugees crossed into Pakistan seeking safety. Cities like Peshawar and Quetta became home to Afghan families, businesses, and cultural communities. Pakistan played a major role in supporting Afghan resistance fighters, backed by global powers such as the United States. Although the Soviet forces eventually withdrew, the war left behind instability, weapons, and militant networks that affected the entire region. After the events of 9/11 in 2001, Afghanistan once again became the center of global conflict. The United States launched a war against terrorism, and Pakistan became a frontline ally. However, the war brought severe consequences. Militant violence increased in border regions, and both countries frequently accused each other of harboring armed groups. Trust weakened further as border clashes, political statements, and security operations intensified tensions. In 2021, when the Taliban regained control of Kabul, regional dynamics shifted once again. The international community began closely watching how Pakistan and Afghanistan would redefine their relationship. Economic cooperation, border management, and security coordination became more important than ever. At the same time, challenges such as refugee management, trade restrictions, and cross-border attacks continued to test diplomatic ties. Despite decades of tension, the connection between the people of both countries remains strong. They share language, traditions, tribal ties, and economic interdependence. If stability improves, Afghanistan and Pakistan could become a vital trade bridge between Central Asia and South Asia. Infrastructure projects and regional connectivity initiatives could transform the region into an economic corridor of opportunity. The future of Afghanistan and Pakistan will depend not only on politics, but on their willingness to move beyond mistrust and build a shared path toward peace. Because sometimes borders divide land, but they cannot divide destiny.